Welcome to our lair. Yes, that was officially the intro.
This is a layer?
No? Yeah, it's like the layer where we, hang out and talk about.
It's like the crust layer and the magma layer and the...
No, like the superhero layer.
Oh, okay.
The super villain layer.
I mean, that's cool too. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Our layer. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you're spelling it different. But this is a topic that we've been wanting to talk about for a really long time. I think, or at least, let me rephrase that because that was actually a bald-faced lie.
Whoa, dude.
It's a topic I've been thinking about for weeks.
Okay. I've been thinking about it for a longer time than weeks.
Really?
Yes, cymatics. Oh, I spoiled it. Damn it.
Well, we're going to talk about cymatics. And this is something that I personally have been really into lately. And obviously what episode was it we were just doing when we were like, we should talk cymatics?
209.
I know, but what was the topic? I can't remember. Was it what if?
The topic was what if.
Yeah, it was what if.
Yeah, but I mean, we've mentioned it before. We've talked about maybe like a long time ago.
For sure. Episode 10, we and also I think one of the spirit science we did, was it like frequency? We did, and we talked a little bit about it.
Yep.
But
breeze past it.
Yeah, and we had a brain blast, and Nick actually locked eyes with me, and he shouted "Eureka!" and he said, "I have an idea," and that's all on episode 209. You can go see that.
It's not. That didn't happen.
Oh,
that's how I remember lying it. Again, dude.
That's how I remember it.
But it's not. That didn't happen.
Well, to be honest with you,
what's going on with you, man?
I've been watching Egghead.
Oh, so your brain is scrambled like an egg.
Yeah,
huh?
Eureka. Even though he never says that.
Eureka.
Yeah, it's the archetype. So we've been wanting to talk about cymatics. It's a very fascinating topic, and so like
for those who don't know what cymatics is, just like on the most basic level, here's what I find. Because I bring up cymatics a lot in conversation to just be like,
same
dude, have you ever seen cymatics or like heard of cymatics or whatever? And almost always they're like, no, what is that? And then I'll be like, the thing with like the sand where there's like the sand or the water on a speaker.
It's with the balls, dude.
And then almost immediately, as soon as you say like, like the sand on the thing, then they're immediately like, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The thing where it makes the cool shapes and stuff. And they're like, they know what it is. They just don't know that it's called cymatics.
Yeah, they don't know that there's like a discipline of study that's specifically, focused on exploring this scientifically,
right?
Philosophically, metaphysically, romantically.
What? Really?
Just saying.
It gets romantic?
Nah.
They be making like hearts and stuff in the sand.
Like, and a heart appears on the...
making hearts and kissy faces and stuff on the...
I wish.
I do too, man.
Anyway,
honestly,
so
that'd be great.
It would, wouldn't it? If you could just like
blast a certain frequency and then two like bros kissing, or you and your wife, or
or just whoever fits into the equation, because it is science. That cymatics.
It's purely science.
It's scientific.
Purely scientific.
It's research oriented.
Purely.
It's just something that I think it's about time we dive into this situation.
I think so too.
So I think I already explained my dream on 209.
Hit it again.
But I'll run through it very briefly. I have this friend named Chet Bentley. He's an amazing human being. I met him in Oregon when I was at Contact in the Desert. We will most certainly have him on the show. I was going to say immersed, and I'm like, I don't think
we will most certainly.
I don't think that's a word. So we will most certainly have him on the show. It's just a matter of timing and figuring that out. But he's a really, really interesting fella.
Yeah.
He came out and he did like a really just immaculate sound bowl meditation for our group that was in Oregon after Contact in the Desert. So once we left Contact in the Desert, we went to Oregon for a week and stayed at our friend's place it was actually in sight of Mount Shasta. Do you know about Mount Shasta?
I don't. Isn't Shasta a drink? So that's where it comes from?
I think you're thinking of Sierra Mist.
You're right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Which is now Starry, I believe.
So it's Mount Starry.
This is not an ad. I'm going to quit talking about that. But anyway, so Mount Shasta is a mountain. I'm not sure what state it's in, if it's in Oregon or to be honest, could probably rely on Alex to Google that real quick.
Alex, can we rely on you?
Can you Google where Mount Shasta is?
Shasta's got California. I heard a voice whisper from somewhere.
I heard a voice in the wind. Is California? Okay, well, I guess
Thank you, voice in the wind.
Yeah, I didn't know which direction I was facing, but we were staying at a property up in the mountains of Oregon, and like Mount Shasta was in the horizon. It was very far away, but you could see it. It was amazing. It's a mystical place. It's one of the key You could say it's like a portal. You could say it's a vortex, whatever the hippies and the new agers and the people call it these days. That's not an insult. I love these people. They say there's like portals, there's vortexes and all that stuff.
You said the hippies and the who?
The new agers.
So which category do you fall in, sir? If you want to go and start leveling labels. I think you're somewhere.
Who do you say I am?
Who do you say?
Who do you say?
New Ager.
I think so. I think you're a new.
I mean, come on,
the
Hawaiian shirts really throw you off, but it's definitely New Ager.
But ever since smoking DMT, I do be rocking tie dye every now and then.
You're right, but you know what? Yeah, you're right.
I think some mysteries we just can't quite put a finger on them.
Right. Anyway, so the New Agers and the Vortex and
there's like certain spots in America that they say are vortexes or ley lines or portals. Portals, paranormal hotspots, and Mount Shasta is one of these places.
Wow.
There's a lot of reported UFO activity. There's like so many like documentaries, and people flock to this place from all over the world just to go there and to like feel the energy of it and to
beautiful. That's awesome.
New Age. Oh yes. An associate of mine just showed me a message off camera, New Age, but with the NU.
Like new metal.
Yeah, like new metal.
Like System of a Down.
Yeah, you know what? I am a New Ager.
You are.
I like that.
But new. Like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Like,
Linkin Park.
I was thinking Limp Bizkit. Christmas Kringle. You haven't heard of them.
That's not a band.
Limp Bizkit. Didn't I say that already?
You said it already.
All right. Well, Korn.
Okay.
There's plenty of other New Agers out there.
A lot of New Agers or new metal bands named after food, I'm realizing. Korn.
I'm just realizing
Limp
this.
Bizkit. System of a Brown.
Or alternatively, do I have permission to say it? I have heard of another group. No, we will circle back to that later.
Right, yeah. Uh-huh.
But anyway, so Mount Shasta is one of those places,
cool.
Right, where there's like a lot of paranormal activity, and it was just so beautiful being there, being an eye shot of it, and so we did this like meditation session with crystal balls, and this guy Chet, he's like really into this, right? He does this professionally, and anyway, I'm dragging the story on. I'll move on, but we did this session. It was a profound meditation experience for me, and when I came home the following week, wow, I must be in a portal, dude. the following week,
yeah.
I had a dream that really rocked me to my core. So the reason I brought Chet into the story is because he was in my dream. So to move forward with the dream. Basically, in my dream, I was having a trip. Remember I told you that story? I'm like tripping in the dream.
Did we talked about that on the show?
On What If? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you told me to tell it again.
I did.
So I'm going to run through it. Even though this time took longer a little bit.
That's okay.
So in my dream, I'm going on like a psychedelic trip. And I pick up my phone and I call my friend. And I was like, for some reason, I was like, Chet, what the heck did I just smoke? And he said, it was plasma. Remember? I was like tripping out. And then in the trip in my dream, I saw cymatic shapes. Like I understood. You know how sometimes in dreams you just know things. You just understand things inherently.
It's strange, but yes.
Yeah. I just understood that it was cymatics, that I was seeing like a vibrational pattern with sound, with frequency, like a certain frequency was being played in this like orb-like shape with all these lines in it, exactly like cymatics. It was extremely vivid. It was all blue and white and had all these specific colors and everything. And then on the phone, when he was like, it was plasma, I woke up and I just inherently understood what the dream meant. Sometimes you have those dreams and you're like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
But then sometimes you have dreams and you're like, I know exactly what it means. Mm-hmm. And that was one of those dreams. And I just understood that it was a combination of like the orbs, interdimensional beings being able to, through frequency, to send, I don't know if waves would be the proper word, just like to send a signal to us to give us like awakening or consciousness expanding experiences, which I understood was from the trip. I didn't actually smoke anything.
Yeah, it was all in your dream.
Yeah, well, of course. But even me saying that in the dream was my subconscious mind being like, okay, in real life to have an experience like this, you smoke DMT.
Got it, yeah.
So I was like, what did I smoke? And he was like, it was plasma. It's an orb. It's a being.
Yeah.
You know, it's through frequency, it's manipulating your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, damn, dude, that was deep. And then the day after I had that dream, or the next day, I was doom scrolling online and I saw a video about the cathedrals.
Oh, right.
And how they have the glass in the windows, you know, and they're
Crazy.
like almost all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a photo. I don't know if you would be willing to drop this in, but I'm going to go ahead and show you really quick.
Alex, are you willing? Are you willing to drop it in?
Willing and able.
Dude, you're the best. You're the freaking best. I don't care what Ryan said about you.
You know what? I love you now.
What now?
Finally.
You did it before?
Well, you know, I don't appreciate the line of questioning. I just
You're dodging the question.
Yeah,
Okay.
quite
All right.
frankly.
Cool.
So I just exclamation marked the photos that you could drop in at this moment, so people could see like the cathedral, the windows,
Stained glass and stuff.
Yeah, but
some of it is the same exact shapes that are formed through cymatics.
yeah. So I have a diagram here to drop in
Yeah.
where you could see that, and it's like it's identical, and that's what I saw in my dream, you know, and I just understood it was cymatics. I was like, what the hell, dude? So in the last few weeks, I've personally been really into the topic and yeah. Anyway, so what are cymatics? It's like you said. It's, you know, you have a bowl of water, or you have like a flat surface with sand, and they have the same effect. You can visibly see the archetypal geometric form of sound waves into a shape through sand or water.
Mm-hmm.
So they put a speaker under a device, or they call them like cymoscopes or tonoscopes or whatever. They play a certain frequency, they turn the speaker up, they vibrate like a specific hertz. Like let's just say 432 hertz.
Yeah.
You know, 528, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Every sound in the universe has a very specific shape.
Yeah, that corresponds like consistently, always makes the same.
Yeah.
Shape.
Now, I would say probably, because someone would say, actually, Masaru Emoto found out. Well, yeah, let me tell you what the hell he found out. That you can say certain things and you put your intention behind it, and the shapes can vary.
Right.
Which is a whole nother level. You know, I think like if I was to say an English or whatever phrase like I love you or I hate you, depending on the intention that I put behind those words, and if one person beside me with a different intention but they said the same line, and like you for example freeze water,
Mm-hmm.
they might have some varying.
Yeah, he did all those
shapes.
studies where he like said different things to the water and then froze it, and the shapes would be different depending on what he said or his intentions behind what he said.
Yeah. But I'm willing to wager, like, if me and you said the same thing, but we ran an experiment and we had like completely different intentions, maybe the shapes would vary a little bit.
I agree.
What do you think about that?
Like if you said, bless your heart, meaning I'm so sorry for you, and bless your heart, like you're a dumbass,
Yeah.
they would be two different
Because
things.
for maybe the uninitiated, and is that a word?
An uninitiated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks. In the South, sometimes bless your heart means fuck you.
That's
Pretty much.
it's a way of introducing the
It can.
subject.
It doesn't. It's nuanced. It doesn't always mean that. So if you go to a service station in the South and someone says "bless your heart" and you didn't do anything wrong, maybe they're not saying that.
Yeah.
Or if Jimmy's grandmother's talking about him and she's like, oh, he's always just been so unathletic and uncharismatic, bless his heart. That means like, oh, you know, he's ugly as hell and he's, you know, kind of physically weak and debilitated, but I still love him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a backhanded.
It's
yeah.
It's
Anyway.
definitely a backhanded kind of thing.
Anyway.
I think that would be the perfect word to do this experiment with.
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Now
bless
we-
your heart.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
we-
and someone says it with the intention of actually blessing someone's heart.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, but then someone also says it, preferably a Southern grandparent, with the intention of, you know, not so nice.
You say that with conviction. Are you abused?
It would be like, that boy is 2 cents short of $1. Bless his heart.
Yeah, bless his heart.
Yeah.
He's a weakling.
Guys, we are so excited to tell you about our first brand deal with Stigma Hemp. We are so pumped to be working with them. These people are amazing. We've been working with them for a couple of months now. They have an amazing product. It's a family-owned business, and we really, really believe in the product. Ryan, tell them about some of the products that Stigma got.
Yeah, so they got these delicious THC teas, seltzer waters, gummies. I would personally say they're the best gummies I've ever tasted.
I would too.
In my humble opinion. And that milligram is just that perfect dose to have a good night without all the, the freaky thoughts that gummies usually bring. No, but seriously, it's a great product. Josh is a great guy, the founder of Stigma Hemp, and I really am excited to partner with them, especially knowing that he is personally very interested in UFOs and the UFO space. Mm-hmm. And I just couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah, guys, they have CBD, they have THC, they have capsules, they have gummies, they have drinks. They have these awesome CBD and THC drinks that are 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 alcohol. It's just pure either CBD or THC, and it's all in like relatively low doses, so it's manageable. It's a really, really good product. We've tested it ourselves
many times.
It's fantastic. They even have like sleepy time stuff that has melatonin. We really, truly, actually love this product. It's amazing. So we got a little special offer for our listeners.
Yes, we do.
Tell them about it, Ryan.
Go to stigmahemp.com and use code BSS at checkout, and you'll get a nice little 30% bump off your price there. And, get you some tins of gummies and just have a good time with them.
Stigmahemp.com, code BSS. Get that.
Bless his heart, he's 35 and ain't never been married.
Yeah, that's
how it goes.
Real.
That's real, right?
That's real.
Yeah. And we can go on and on.
Deep cuts.
From experience.
Deep cuts.
From experience.
From experience. We've all seen it. So anyway, to be serious, like I would probably wager that if people said a similar thing, but they put different intentions behind it, maybe the shapes would be different. But if we're just talking about like frequency, sound waves, they have archetypal shapes. Mm-hmm. So it stands to reason. So I got that for you to drop in. So obviously the idea there, or the inference, is that vibration precedes and structures physical form, right? It influences space, matter, consciousness. So when you think about speaking with intention, it's literally frequency manipulation. You are like, how could you explain that, dude?
I couldn't.
Beautifully said.
All right.
You'll have to explain it yourself.
All right, fine. I'll try. So when you think about, let me think about it, because that's actually a tough question, and I regret asking it.
Yeah, you should really ponder deep and hard about it. These are important things we're discussing, man. Get serious for a second.
Can you repeat the question?
I don't remember it.
Okay.
Man, you threw yourself off so hard there. I'm honestly impressed. You did a spell on your own mind.
So let's just come up with a new question. Okay. Let's just throw the I remember what it was. It was how could we explain frequency manipulation or something like that.
Frequency manipulation.
Right, exactly.
You mean like literally physically manipulating the frequency, like changing a frequency incrementally?
With your speech. So the concept is, through our words, we could alter the frequency of our body. There are different or someone else's body.
Your resonant frequency of your body.
Yeah, or someone else's body, someone's biofield or aura, through certain words, like literally on a wave level, putting intention behind things you say has a measurable effect on someone's body.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to go into this a little bit later, but there are several other magical practices that exist from various other cultures from around the world that are purely through speech.
So I think everybody is doing this all the time, whether they realize it or not, and that the space that you operate in is like a lake, and you are constantly making ripples in this lake by what you say, how you act, and the way you kind of go about your business. So I think you're constantly manipulating the frequency.
Right.
Well, again, whether you realize it or not, if it's a negative inner monologue, you're negatively rewriting your brain. If it's a positive one, you're making positive change. So
It's like when people associate being positive with being high vibrational, you know. People talk about like, oh, like that, he's a high vibrational energy.
Yeah.
That's like very positive and bubbly and, you know, or like low vibrational. It's low vibrational energy is like negative and, you know, a little darker and whatever. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Changing your personal resonant frequency as a person via your thoughts, your intentions, your words, that kind of thing.
Well, 70% of the human body is made of water, allegedly, right? I haven't done the studies myself.
Fair.
You know, but they say that the body is 70% water. We know through cymatics, through the great work of Dr.
Masaru Emoto.
I was going to say Isaru Emoto. Masaru Emoto. Through his work, we know that, you know, when you freeze water and you say certain things to it, it makes certain shapes, positive or negative. If you say positive things to it, it makes very harmonious, beautiful shapes. If you say very negative or hateful or aggressive things, it makes very ugly, discordant shapes. Yeah. So, yeah, the idea is that
that's happening in your body.
Yeah, it's happening in your body, but it's happening in other people's bodies too.
In everyone's body.
You know, so with the scientific equipment we have today, it's kind of hard to say whether or not we could measure a thought. But
yeah,
for thousands of years, philosophers, alchemists, hermeticists, you know, the Gnostics, the Sufi, I don't know what you would call them, the Sufists, you know, people from all these ancient cultures from around the world that have these wisdom traditions, they say that thoughts are things, you know, like if you think a certain thought, it emits a certain vibration. I would argue, you know, in the way that we can measure water or measure sand from our words or from sound and it makes a shape, I wonder if our thoughts make a shape, if our thoughts make a certain pattern, you know, and that pattern being replicated maybe in the realm of our subconscious. What are you going to say?
Sufis.
What did I say? Sufists? What's a Sufist?
You tell us, dude. You said it.
Stand by, but you can keep going.
Someone who doesn't like Sufis?
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
That does make sense.
Thanks, Aaron. I think that's on point, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I feel you. I think it stands to reason that your thoughts or your words could be forming those shapes in the water inside of your body.
All right.
I don't know. What do you think about that, Aaron? Do you think, like, if I said to you, like, I love you, do you think the water in your body is maybe, like, affected, like, those shapes, those beautiful...
It's definitely doing something.
Right?
I feel it.
You literally feel it in your chest. And when you were talking about, like, the intention, like the bless your heart thing, I could say bless your heart, and if I'm thinking positive thoughts, I feel like warm and tingly in my chest. And then I could say it thinking negative thoughts and feel a very different thing in my chest. So I think that is that happening in our bodies. Those shapes taking form, maybe.
Precisely. And even in the subconscious level, because I think if, you know, I'm really into Hermeticism. And one great thing about Hermeticism is it talks about the principle of correspondence, that there are various other dimensions of existence, of phenomenon, whatever, or phenomena. And the idea is that all of these dimensions are entangled. So, you know, if I can smoke a little chemical that can make my mind leave my body, like DMT, or eat a little mushroom that grows out of the ground, or, you know, there's some magical agent that exists in the molecular world that interacts with me in the physical plane through the molecules of my body, because your body exists in many worlds. It exists in the mental world. It exists in the spiritual world, the physical world, the molecular, chemical, you know, world, whatever that dimension is. And then there are other things on this planet that primarily might shift towards one way, like a plant. Okay. That's obviously on a different level of consciousness than we are. We're walking and talking. We know language, whatever. There's animals. There's minerals. They all have varying degrees of consciousness. I think that we also have to think about things as far as the mental world. It's its own plane of existence. So when you say certain things or you hear certain sounds, that little pattern that you're seeing on the sand or that you're seeing in the water, okay, so you're seeing it with your eyes. It's playing a sound. You see a shape. All right. For some reason, every time I play 528 hertz, it makes this shape. Okay. So obviously there is some archetypal, intelligent design behind this sound wave. Whereas, my ear hears it as a certain sound, and in this other dimension, it appears physically in this shape. It has an effect on your subconscious mind too. It's making whatever that shape is in the realm of the subconscious, it's very harmonious, it's very ordered and intelligently and mathematically designed. That has to have some sort of effect on my psyche too. You know what I mean? So there's an idea that there could be an application for psychological healing, biological healing through sound.
It's really profound.
So check this out.
I'll check it out, dude.
Have you ever heard of the Sri Yantra?
Mm-mm.
Okay, me either. Okay. Until yesterday.
Well, tell me about it.
So let's go into this. The Sri Yantra, it's a visual mantra, which yantra means instrument or tool, composed of 9 interlocking triangles that radiate from a central point called the bindu. The triangles represent the union of the divine masculine and feminine, as well as the entire cosmos in symbolic form. It is often associated with the goddess Tripura Sundari, a form of Shakti, or the divine feminine energy in Tantric yoga.
Whoa.
Keep in mind, this symbol is thousands of years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to show it to you.
Please do. And also, please show it to Aaron.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pass it around.
Okay.
So it's got 4 upward triangles. The upward triangles, obviously, we know it's like we talked about the chalice and the sword. The grail and the
masculine
sword.
And feminine.
Yeah, the masculine and feminine. The upward triangle is the masculine. The downward triangle is the feminine. And that's why the hexagram, the 6-pointed star, people call the Star of David. It's really a hexagram, and it symbolizes the union of the masculine and feminine forces of the cosmos. All right, so the 5 downward triangles are Shakti. 9 triangles intersect to form 43 smaller triangles, all representing different aspects of existence. There's circles of lotus petals, the energy of creation. There's 3 enclosures in it representing different layers of existence or levels of consciousness. And then there's a square with 4 T-shaped gates called the Bhupura, representing the material world and the entry into the sacred spiritual world. So you could consider this like a 2-dimensional representation of a multi-dimensional. They would say it's like a temple or like a dimension of existence that's sacred. Kind of like if you have a 6-pointed star, you project it into 3 dimensions, it makes a cube.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Or a hexagon, rather. Not a star, but a hexagon.
Yeah.
Every 2-dimensional shape has a 3-dimensional projection, and then probably it goes on and on and on to infinity.
It's kind of what cymatics is.
Yeah.
Because the visual representation of a 3-dimensional sound bubble in 2 dimensions. It's like a slice of the bubble of the sound wave.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it, like a slice. Because think of a Merkaba. You know, like a Merkaba? It's like if you slice a Merkaba, it's just a 6-pointed star.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
Same.
All right. That's exactly right. And so, in other words, the Sri Yantra, now you kind of understand like the symbolic meaning of it, is also considered a map of consciousness. The outer levels of it represent gross reality, and the center represents pure being or enlightenment. So like how a lotus blooms from the center outwards.
Okay, yeah.
It's symbolic of your consciousness unfolding. In Rosicrucianism, they have the cross and the rose. Some forms of Rosicrucianism show 7 roses on the cross, meaning the 7 chakras. But normally there's just a rose at the center of the cross, and it's your consciousness unfolding.
Yeah.
It's evolving, right? Because that's what life is always doing. It's always evolving. In the physical plane, in the spiritual plane, as we evolve here, we evolve there spiritually. Maybe it's been suggested that you can't be punished in the spiritual world because you're immortal and you can't die, but maybe there are things that have gone on in the higher levels of cosmos that's like, ooh, you have some lessons to learn. So part of that journey is we have to come here to do the hard time and the suffering to learn those lessons, to go back home or whatever.
Yeah. Like reascension.
So I'm going to show you a picture of the Sri Yantra. Ready? I'm going to pass it around and show you all. That is an image of the Sri Yantra.
Oh, my word.
Now, if you look a little closer at that image, that is actually a cymatic representation of people chanting the word Om.
No.
When you chant the word Om, it perfectly creates the Sri Yantra in cymatics.
That's insane, dude. That's nuts. It looks like a ton of 6-pointed stars.
Yeah.
A ton of them.
Or up and down triangles.
Layered all over each other. That looks insane, man.
Oh, my brain.
it hurts a little bit to look at, but it's beautiful at the same time.
So I'm going to drop them for you. This is a tonoscope on the left, an actual measured tonoscope image of someone chanting Om. On the right is an actual depiction of the ancient.
Oh, come on.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, my gosh, man. Wow. That is so it's like, how long has this been studied?
Bro, forever.
Show Aaron.
Oh, I thought I did.
How long has this been studied? Like, how long have they been doing this?
Forever.
I think it's got something to do with the kind of ancient technologies that old civilizations have that we just don't understand yet. I feel like this study into cymatics is going to lead to kind of like breakthroughs because of like how did people build the pyramids? How did people do all kinds of crazy stuff? But I think it's vibrational technology that we just haven't reached the level of yet that they had back in the day.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that I've been seeing lately about the latest theories about how they make the pyramids, a lot of it is like using some sort of vibration to literally like levitate. You know what I'm talking about?
Bro, they told you that in King Kong X Godzilla.
Wait, did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember them
in the second one?
I don't remember.
When they go down, it's basically go into Hollow Earth. It's basically Atlantis. And they like use frequencies to levitate the pyramids.
Oh, right.
I mean, I'm kidding, but like obviously.
Have you seen what I'm talking about? There's this thing where they'll take like a piece of paper, roll it up, and then they'll take a ball of paper and they'll put the ball of paper on the table, and then they'll take the roll of paper and go like and do like a hum into it, and the ball of paper will kind of like it'll pull towards the tube. So it's like they're kind of theorizing they use some sort of similar vibrational.
I have seen that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's maybe they use some sort of, and then it's like, how are they? What sort of instruments did they have access to back then to be able to see cymatics, those shapes and stuff? We got to use freaking speakers and like like metal plates and all this stuff, like
electricity.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously had like singing bowls, right? Like
there's like the Barabar caves. I don't know if you've heard of them. I think I was talking to you earlier about them.
Yeah.
What's that?
These caves in India that are like geometrically perfect, mathematically just way beyond anything that was supposed to exist at the time. And it's like super smooth surfaces in this like granite rock that they've like carved out. Apparently, like officially, I think they're like 2,000 years old, but according to like people who've actually looked at it,
I want to look at it.
Yeah, it's at least 2,000 years old, but it's probably way, 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 way older. And that kind of environment where it's like perfectly tailored to reflective surfaces, they've done like LiDAR scans and stuff. And if you sit in a specific spot in these caves and chant a specific frequency, the resonant frequency within the cave like amplifies itself.
These?
Yeah.
Barabar? What is it? Barabar?
Uh-huh.
Barabar caves? Oh my word.
So I think things like that will have like amplified frequencies of ohms or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So you're saying
if there was like a bowl of water or something, they'll be able to have a bunch of people chanting.
Yeah.
And if they put the bowl in the right area, they'd be able to find out the perfect frequencies of stuff and then be able to draw it.
That's not really a crazy theory.
It's not at all.
When you understand how the cathedrals are actually built, a lot of them by Masonic stonemasons back in those days, at least allegedly, that's what I've heard. Harmonically, or maybe the word is like geometrically, the tops, the acoustics of these cathedrals are designed with sacred geometry proportions to capture sound.
Oh, bro,
this is a concept.
The ancient Greeks been doing that.
Yeah, exactly,
bro. Yeah, they've been doing that since like it's really perfect. Could you imagine being in one of those Barabar caves and chanting Om and it like just resonating like loudly, and then you have like a huge bowl of like water or a plate of sand and this massive cymatic shape is being formed?
It's magic.
It would certainly feel
be magic.
Like completely magical.
I think you'd be able to shift your reality.
Yeah. I reckon it's like a portal.
Yeah.
Yes.
An actual portal.
To what?
I want to chant the first order and see if I'm on it.
Fusroda. Yeah. One of our audience members said that she would chant Fusroda. You guys didn't know that? Actually, we always have audience members.
Yeah, it's always filmed in front of a live audience. Live audience.
Live audience, yeah.
It's just this time, one of the audience members was so cool that we wanted to have him on the show with us.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, but like it is crazy to think about. I think you're right. I think that they probably had vibrational and other technologies that we aren't aware of. If we're talking theory, I mean, we're speculating, right? What I kind of lean to is it all comes back to Atlantis. I don't know if we'll ever, maybe someday we'll be able to understand exactly what Atlantis was. I know in my core that it was real. I think whatever the case, we had an understanding about reality. Atlantis falls. There's all these different theories. We've done a whole episode on it a few years ago. Like, was it some precursor incarnation where we weren't in the physical world, but we were more purely spiritual, advanced beings, and then we got too egotistical, or you could say like we went down the left-hand path. We started using our quote magical and spiritual abilities for our gain, and it caused like great destruction and harm, and there like everything was wiped out and we had to re-evolve. Or it could be suggested that, you know, the notion of, we always hear this story of Lucifer, right? There's this being. It's just been like, what if, right? What if collectively we were all the soul of a greater cosmic being that really did, and metaphorically speaking, look upon the throne of God and see greatness and say, that belongs to me. That's where I desire to be. The higher forces of the universe are like, no. You're not. You got to be more humble. You have a lot to learn. We fell into material reality to begin the process of our evolution upwards, you know, towards those higher realities. It's just a theory, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if we were all one greater cosmic being, and then we fractured into these many different souls that incarnate here. So it's like Kabbalah talks about. There's the lightning bolt path, right? There's the path down and the path up. It could be suggested that, you know, we descended into reality from a higher place, came down here to do our time, to go through evolution, suffering. It's like, you know, find the philosopher's stone through lessons, through trials, through tribulations, the hero's journey. But through the path of, you know, Buddha or Christ, like the enlightened sage or whatever, through being in that heart space, we evolve back out of here. So that's a theory. But I think whatever, there was some sort of knowledge that we had before whatever society is now. You know Certainly. What I mean? I think we had technologies then that, like, you know, Aaron was telling me earlier, the mathematic of the stone carvings in that cave are like, what was it? It was like less than millimeters of error.
Yeah, it was like modern day stonemasons and people with LiDARs and stuff have gone there, and the precision is like way beyond what we can do now. Way beyond.
Yeah, there had to be some kind of like technology
that's true of Easter Island.
Or that we don't understand, or, I mean, yeah, Easter Island.
The pyramids. Chichen Itza.
Yeah. How you can, like, is that the one where you can, like, clap and it sounds like a bird? The Mayan temples,
I think
you
so.
Know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You clap and it sounds like birds bouncing up, like the reflection or the
I'll do you one better.
Reverberations.
I think it's the winter solstice. I'm not sure. Do you know about that, Chichen Itza? The Temple of Kukulkan in Mexico?
I don't think I've heard of it.
It's like one of the wonders of the world.
You know, like the Mayan temples, they're like pyramids.
Basically, yeah. Kind of. They do have pyramids in Mexico. I'm not sure if that one's technically a pyramid, but it's like a ziggurat structure. It's like a pyramid, right? But I think it's the December equinox. I'm not sure on the date, if you could look that up, but or solstice. But on this precise day every year, with the shifting of the season, a shadow is cast on the temple where there's an optical illusion that a serpent is climbing up the temple on all four sides. That's why it's one of the wonders of the world. It's December solstice every year, December 21st every year. The rise of the sun. I
have seen that.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
What the like they couldn't figure out how to do that now.
Never.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, how are they doing that?
That's magic.
Well, we've talked about this before, and my devil's advocate side of things is...
Why are we freaking go?
No.
I'm going to bruise the devil with my fist.
No, it's kind of cool. It's like if you didn't have all of the modern day distractions that we have, and your only form of entertainment was to map out the sky...
No, it's a good point.
Then
so basically just saying they had nothing better to do.
Yeah,
right,
pretty much.
Kind of, but like you're so in touch with your surroundings, and your surroundings being Earth, and then the surrounding planets, constellations, the way the sun moves across the sky. If you're in the business of staying alive, and it's important to know where the sun's going to be at every time of the year, because the way the sun interacts with your food, directly relates to how alive you get to stay and how alive your children's get to stay. Where your focus goes, I think humanity is where we like just hurl towards, because I mean, it wasn't that long ago we were stepping on the moon, and now we've got an AI that allegedly, yeah, I know, absolutely. And now we've got AI that can do surgeries better than doctors. I mean,
and also make funny memes.
Yeah,
the memes are off the chart. But if we were to focus, I think everything we had, and that was cool, or that was mainstream, I think it's possible.
Okay, well, didn't you just pep me up? I'm going to counter that though.
Counter me.
Imagine how many jobs you've done working boats. Can I say that? Sure. That you work boats? Okay. How many jobs
I work boats.
I work boats. I work boats on the bayou, brother.
How many jobs have you worked on, or carpentry, or IT, or any job that you've ever done in your life? Making a song, writing poetry. Dare I not say procreating, but however many things you've done in your life, and you made
It's a job.
I mean,
it's a job. Okay?
It's labor.
It's labor intensive. There's
is.
labor involved.
Okay, where are you going?
Were you in a rush? How many things have you done in your life that the smallest mistake just messes the whole thing up, and you can't fix the mistake, you can't recover the mistake? I could paint my ceiling and whoop, I got a splotch of green on the brick, and now I can never get it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really reductive, but dude, these structures are made with no mistakes.
Insane.
The most mind-blowing level of mathematical precision. I don't think they had TI-84s, bub. How are they doing the math?
It is true. It's another very good point, because I don't know the exact figures, but they talk about the pyramids and how if each brick was like the tiniest little sliver fraction of a millimeter off, the whole thing would be completely off. So
imagine a little mistake while they're building that. The whole thing would fall.
Yeah, I also think about like Roman aqueducts that still exist today that are arch bridges that are built and made by stonemasons with zero mortar. Mm-hmm. So you have stones that weigh tons in an arch, and none of them are glued together. They're all just pressure fitted together. And those aqueducts still standing, still being used to modern day.
Mm-hmm. So it stands to reason they had knowledge.
Yeah, but this is wouldn't the Romans be way before this, or would this be happening at the same time? I'm no historian, so
the same time as what?
As the temples.
It would have been much later.
Later, yeah.
It would have been much later.
Much later.
But the Romans were using all of the Greek stuff, so...
Yeah, we already know about that.
So...
Yeah, we know all about that.
They were using all of that ancient Greek mysticism.
But it stands to reason that they had knowledge that we don't have. Maybe they had tools or some sort of technology that we don't have.
Yeah. Also really interesting that we're sitting around talking about the stonemason trade, and you have the Freemasons that are like moving all of this knowledge forward through time.
Through different civilizations, different cultures.
The Freemasons claim that it was their master mason Hiram Abiff who built the Temple of Solomon. Y'all know that story?
Mm-hmm.
And that
we covered it a little bit. It's been about 100 episodes, so I don't.
Yeah,
really...
and he was murdered. He was. I mean, I'm not a Mason, so don't point a gun to my head to get it accurate. But, he was murdered, and then he was buried with acacia tree The acacia tree is very symbolic to Freemasons, to just Masonic tradition. But what do we know about the acacia tree? You can extract DMT.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's bizarre, man. There's obviously some sort of knowledge that they had that we don't have, and I think, I can't speak for Aaron, but I do think that he thinks as well, because I did hear him say it earlier, that cymatics potentially could be like a key to unlock that door, to understand what this is, whatever this is. And we were talking about the holographic principle earlier. I was hoping we could go into that a little bit, because the way you explained it, and then he made me watch a video earlier, but then Alex showed up and we didn't get to finish. It's all his fault.
Damn it.
But we were talking about the holographic principle, and I had never heard it explained like this before. And it's honestly like, it's brain melting when you think about this. He literally made me say made. I don't mean it like that.
Forced him to do it.
Yeah, he
That's
forced
what
me.
it sounds like.
He had a knife to my throat like a farm animal. No, he was like, dude, you should watch this video. I was like, sounds great. I start watching this video, and I paused it at one point, and I literally looked at him and was like, dude, we're all just fractals of God. Right? I mean, basically, because the video was deep. It was some scientists talking about the holographic principle. I was like, holy crap, man. But let's go into that a little bit.
It basically just scientific lingo described the hermetic principle of it, as above, so below.
Yeah, so like maybe to try to not normalize, but like put that in layman's terms. The idea is that if you look at a holograph, or not a hologram, but like a holograph, right? Like the idea that holographs are spiritual. If you think of sound waves or waves of light, you can measure them in spherical shape. Am I off there? There's something about spherical.
Sound itself, when you see like a sine wave or something, you think of it as like a two-dimensional thing, but really sound comes out in a three-dimensional bubble. And if you find any like atom or molecule within that bubble and examine it, it'll have the exact same cymatic frequency pattern as the actual cymatic reading of that sound, if that makes sense.
In other words, try to make it even more simple, right?
Oh, that's weird.
Sound itself is basically holographic in nature.
So to try to make that even more simple, because that's a little hard to understand. But I was reading the video, watching the scientists explain it. We were talking about it. So like, let's try to simplify it even more, okay? You have a sound wave. Someone plays a note on the piano. It goes boop. And that makes one wave, hypothetically, right? It might make more, I don't know. It makes a wave, okay? That's 2D. When you look at a wave, a little line.
It's a line.
That's 2D.
Yeah.
Now, we just talked earlier how everything has a entanglement to some higher and even lower dimensions, infinitely. You make that wave, you project it into the third dimension, all right? It's now making this three-dimensional spherical shape. This sound wave projected into the third dimension is making spheres. Or like if you drop something in water even. You can see the 2D ripples on the surface of the water, but even beneath the water, it's making three-dimensional waves outward beneath the surface.
Yeah.
Okay?
Makes sense.
Now, the holographic principle is such that
sounds like you zoom in on any node,
any
node of that entire three-dimensional
or the two-dimensional,
and it is the same shape,
and it has the exact representation of the entire thing.
So in other words,
that is crazy.
In other words, let's just say he gave a number, like one note on a piano.
The lowest note on a piano.
The lowest note on a piano makes a sound wave that two-dimensionally, like the wavelength that it travels. What was it like?
It's 27 meters.
27 meters. Think about that. That's kind of big.
That's a 27.
It's like down the road.
For the peak of the wave to start, go up, and then back and reach the same spot again, it takes 27 meters.
Jeez. That's pretty long, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And now think about how big your ears are, and that you can actually hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the cochlea in your ears, like what? 3 millimeters? How big is the cochlea?
Pretty little.
It's
teeny tiny.
It's like millimeter. Your cochlea is like this big. Okay, it can't fit that wave.
No, of course not.
But listen,
because
of the holographic principle, if you take that 27 meter wave and you chop off a little
tiny piece of it,
nanoparticle of it, it contains the information of the entire wave.
That's
in
nuts.
The second dimension, in the third dimension.
That's nuts.
Any infinitesimal part of that wave that you remove, it contains the entire information of all of it. And I was watching this video. I paused it. I looked at him. I was like, dude, we're all just fractals of God, man.
It's kind of like DNA a little bit too.
Yeah.
One teeny tiny little strand of DNA contains the same information as
all of it.
All of the DNA.
As above, so below, dude.
Exactly.
We are all little fractal representations of...
We're all just fractal representations of God, dude. Whoa.
Well,
we're all just freaking holographs in the Matrix, man, trying to, you know...
But it probably doesn't stop at the third dimension. So
right.
What if the feeling of the music that you feel when you hear it is the extra dimensional aspect of it?
Oh yeah.
Like it is, so it's transcending dimensions. So maybe that's where the magical powers come in, because you have other beings and other things and other dimensions that we can't physically perceive, but the music can communicate to.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
that's how they communicate through us.
Yes. Oh my God. That's so trippy.
Right?
I feel like I just smoked a bunch or something.
Yeah. Cymatics, people.
I didn't. I promise. Okay? I promise.
I'm going to have to...
Check me?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
How are you even going to do that?
A couple pieces of hair.
Well, I'm not going to let you.
Send them
Well,
into
we
the
just
lab.
hired HR department. So.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, the dolphin thing.
Oh, yeah.
What dolphin thing?
Please.
It's federally illegal to try and communicate with dolphins.
Remember I was telling you that?
They're also kind of rapey, apparently.
They are.
Oh, well.
They are. It's true.
Sorry,
Yeah, they are.
you might have to censor that.
No.
That's fine. Ducks are too.
They are.
Ducks are?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know about that?
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Off
We're
air.
going down some dark roads here, people.
Dude, it's true, dude.
It
Dolphins
is
will
true.
drag you down. Anyway.
No, but seriously, the dolphin thing, this is pretty deep, too.
Yeah,
I can't explain this.
Is it like with the...
I'm going to butcher it, but I'll try.
Okay.
So the video that me and Ryan watched earlier has a guy that has an instrument that he calls a cymoscope, which is...
it measures cymatics.
Yeah, it's like a way that you can view the cymatic representation of any sound, basically.
What?
And
like a tiny little version?
It looks kind of like a microscope, doesn't it? With a petri dish in it that
Yeah.
has like pure water in it.
Oh, cool.
And then he like pulses whatever sound you want through the instrument, and it makes the cymatic representation on the little petri dish.
Oh, that's cool.
And he worked with a guy who works with dolphins, who has like an underwater microphone, and he would put like different objects under the water, and the dolphin would use its echolocation at each of the objects. So there'll be like a ball and like a plant pot, random stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And then the guy who took those recordings gave them to the cymatics guy, who played them through his cymoscope, and you could see, literally, it was like a little picture of a guy holding a plant pot.
I'm going to see if I can find it.
Just from the vibrational information of the echolocation contained the picture of the plant pot and the guy's hand holding it.
Like, literally...
What?
Literally, the sound that the dolphin, it echolocated, hit the pot, it came back, the guy measured the sound wave of it. I saw the picture.
I'll find it real quick.
I'm trained to as
So
well.
dolphins are communicating to each other via pictures.
Bro.
Yeah.
What? They're sending freaking TV signals to each other.
They're using the holographic nature of sound to just...
To paint a 3D picture of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, can you find that?
Yeah, I've got it.
But, you found it?
Oh, my.
Bro, like, I want you to understand, the sound...
So wait a minute. What if that was Atlantis? What if Atlantis was a human? We were able to do that, and that transcends language.
Yeah.
So language is the barrier now. I have to communicate that what I'm seeing exists to you with these small little words. But what if instead I could be like a dolphin and just send you exactly what I'm thinking in a 3D sphere that you could experience?
Are you sending something?
No, that's crazy what he's saying, because think about the Tower of Babel.
We're not
Yeah.
far away from
Think
dolphins.
about the tower.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about, Alex?
Yeah. And that's kind of where
our hubris caused our universal language to be destroyed and language
fractured.
to be split into
Yeah.
infinitely. So what if we did have some sort of technology that allowed us to do that, and that's how we communicated?
What if we were just as smart as dolphins, and then now we were forced to have to talk to each other?
I don't even really think it's about like as smart as dolphins. I just think that we were in a different form of being than we are now.
Yeah.
We were more
spiritually advanced.
Yes, spiritually advanced, but
I also
psychic.
think maybe what if Atlantis was just people prioritizing surfing, and the vibes and the culture, and
I mean,
you would say that, man.
I think I'm.
What if Atlantis was just it would be a utopia? Surfing, it would be a utopia, man. And then you get smited because you're just too good.
Bro,
I'm
that's
following.
your utopia, dude.
Oh, check it out. Here's the photo. And
I have to see this.
By this point, you can have already dropped it in, so they see it. But look, all right.
That's three things you got to drop into this episode.
For some reason, I can't zoom, but it shows you. Just look. Look at that. The actual on the the tonoscope?
Dude,
Cymoscope.
On the cymoscope, it's actually a picture of a hand holding a pot.
I have chills.
Is that not
one
insane?
That you haven't seen yet as well.
The one at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that.
Yeah. I'll show you too. I'll just text it to you real quick and you can see it because you're out of my reach physically.
This is so mind blowing,
isn't it?
That like my stomach is upside down.
Dude, I'm telling you, he showed me this earlier and I paused it and I was just like, that's it, dude. We're all fractals. Think about it. The holographic principle. Every bit of that little sound wave, one little piece of it contains the information of the whole.
Goes all the way up.
How can that not be suggested to be the same as like us and our existence in the universe? It's holographic reality.
I don't even know what to think about that, man. Jeez.
I'm going to send you the photo now, Alex.
Gosh, it goes infinitely up and infinitely down.
Yeah.
Infinitely larger and infinitely smaller.
Right.
Like the tiniest little slice contains the same information as the largest, most stretched out version of...
Forever.
Wow. I mean, I always knew that there's magic in sound. I feel like it's intuitive. Like it feels like magic. It always.
Why does it make us feel so much? Exactly. Why is it one of the most dominant industries on the planet? Music.
Yeah. Wow. And not
and
even
one of the oldest as well.
Exactly.
Supposedly Lucifer played music in heaven, right?
Right.
I bet it was fucking heavy.
It was, dude. I know it was heavy. Discords and blast beats, and it was gnarly.
Apollo played the lyre. Orpheus. He goes down into the underworld and he plays the lyre.
Dude,
and
I mean, the whole time I've been thinking, what if they just what if some bard just made the pyramids?
Damn.
And just lifted and cut the stones with vibration.
But dude, I mean, that's kind of what we were saying about. I mean, it's sound. It's vibration.
It's artistic representation. Like in the Lord of the Rings, the universe was made through
sung into existence.
Exactly.
Well, it's the same with Om, right? The Hindus say Om, and I had gotten some notes, although I think our conversation has far transcended my notes that I had prepared. But there are like 5 or 6 or even more magical traditions throughout the ancient past that you have a lot of stuff that's like ritual magic. You had the sigil magic, and you have all this stuff. People use herbs and stuff like that. But there are traditions that consisted entirely of just magical words.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll just run through a couple of them. We don't have to go that deep into them.
It's not going to hurt me or affect me profoundly, is it?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, then I consent.
Your water will be ordered harmoniously. But so we have Galder, the Norse tradition.
Galder?
Yeah, it's like the Norse tradition of like using runes. I'm going to read this because it's kind of over my head. But Galder, Old Norse, or the plural is Galdrar, refers to a type of Norse magical practice involving chanting, singing, or incantation. Is deeply rooted in Germanic paganism and appears in many Old Norse songs, runic inscriptions, and mythological sources. The word Galder comes from the Proto-Germanic Galdraz, meaning spell or incantation. It's linked to the verb gala, to sing or to yell. Galder was sung or chanted rather than spoken. Rhythm, tone, and repetition were important. It's like a magical song or spell, kind of like Gregorian chanting. All of the sounds that are sung or chanted are associated with a magical rune. About like the runic magic, right?
Yeah.
The runes were carved, so you would see a runic symbol, and then the belief was that the rune was activated through the sound. Fusroda. You have a rune.
The
voice of the she said the voice of the Thum, baby. You have the rune, and the idea was that speaking the precise word would activate it through its vibration.
Yeah.
It could use for healing, harming, love spells, protection in battle, controlling the weather, shaping reality or perception, calling spirits, or seeing the future. This is all in like the old poetic Vedas. I mean Eddas. Vedas is Hindu, but in the poetic Eddas, right? Odin is closely associated with Galder. He's obviously like the magical sage. He plucked his eye out into the well of knowledge. Or in some versions, he hangs on like the world tree.
The Yggdrasil,
yeah, and he like gains knowledge through suffering. He's like this wise old wizard. Galder reflects the power of sound as like creation of the universe itself. They're sacred forces that order the cosmos. And then you can go into Heka, which is like the same concept but Egyptian. Mm-hmm. It's Egyptian magic. It's the idea in Heka is that, okay, so the word literally means activating the Ka. So Ka means the soul or the spirit. And some people suggest that has to do with like Merkaba, like that there are three different words tied together. Mm-hmm. So Ka is Ka, Heka, whatever. It's a cosmic force, the power by which the gods and humans can alter and shape reality, you know. There's a god named Heka personifying this magical power. It appears as a man, often holding serpents associated with divine speech and healing. Heka is considered even older than the gods. In some myths, it existed. Wavelengths, exactly. I didn't think about that, but yeah, exactly.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. What the hell?
Actually, I was at Monroe one time, my gateway, and we were talking about sound waves and everything. And we just got to talking about like mythological things and how through sound waves, it synchronizes the brain. And I just got to thinking about it. And we were talking about the right brain and the left brain. And I started thinking, damn, dude, you know, the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra, or, you know, the Eye of Ra on the right side, the Eye of Horus on the left side, that symbolize both sides of the brain, the masculine and the feminine, the magic and the logical, or you could say the physical world and the spiritual world. Reason, mathematics, that's the left brain. And then the right brain would be like artistic, creative, you know, connected to the energy around us. And I got to thinking about it, and I was like, you know, that image is always associated with a uraeus, which if you know what a uraeus is, it's the eyebrow in that image, and it's a cobra.
Oh.
It's a single serpent that's like wiggling along the forehead or like above each eye. It's serpents, but it's like a little wiggle. I was like, damn, dude, it's like a
wavelength.
Yeah.
It's like a sound wave connecting both sides.
That's what I was suggesting. I was like, wow, what do you guys think about that? They're like, I don't know.
Sound has got to be one of the most ancient forms of magic, so I don't think that's too far off to think that they're weaving that symbology into all kinds of stuff for like the most ancient times, like as far back as civilization goes.
If you cut open the brain and you look at, like, I think it's the hippocampus, it literally looks, or maybe it's the thalamus. There's a part of the brain that when you cut the brain in half and you look at it, it literally looks like the Eye of Ra. Have you seen this? Okay, you got to see this. What
the heck?
You know, I think it's Eye of Ra. I'm just going to type Eye of Ra brain. Look at this.
Eye of Ra brain.
No, seriously, look. The Eye of Ra on the right, and then you got the brain on the left. I think you'll be able to tell which is which.
No way, dude. No way.
It's crazy, right?
I was thinking like it would like vaguely look.
No, it's literally
kind of like it. It's like
it's it
identical.
It is it. What were they cutting open brains like? Victor Frankenstein?
Yeah,
probably.
Well, I was sitting here thinking about it. And I'm like, you know, if there were no rules,
Da Vinci was doing it,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's for science.
Yeah, strictly.
Cut open a couple brains.
I'm going to send you that as well, just in case you want to. Come on, man. Please. Drop them in.
Please.
You didn't even ask. You
Come on, man. Please.
You went straight to begging.
I know you, man.
We've hit his limit of 4, so now we got to start begging.
Yeah, so there's like...
send it to me.
There's all kinds of evidence of doing things like Om chants and things like that. Like, I think it's the parasympathetic, right? The calming response of the nervous system. There's so many scientific studies that just chanting things like Om, or like the Sufis would say, it's HU. I think it's Hu. They would chant Hu. It calms the nervous system. There are other scientific studies that talk about like chanting Om increase nitric oxide in the brain.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Like
they discovered it in cows. They're like, wow, cows have such a high nitric oxide.
That's why they be mooing.
Yeah, they be mooing.
And
it's like sending their nitric oxide through the charts.
What was the sound that the
Sufis?
Yeah,
it's Hu, H-U, or it's Hu. I'm not sure.
Are you sure it's not moo?
I'm pretty sure the Sufis.
Hugh Jackman. Was he on to something? Who knows?
Jasper. But
okay. All right.
Had to add a purr to make it family friendly.
Right, of course.
But
this is a family friendly show after all.
So, and then, we got Heka. I mean, I think we pretty much covered that. They would use that for all kinds of things.
You said about Heka being part of the Merkaba.
Mm-hmm. The word Ka.
Yeah. What? There's Merlin?
I'm not sure. I mean, I wanted to say it was something Hebrew.
Yeah, Merlin.
And then Ba is also
frankincense and myrrh.
Wow, dude. Good one. Bible reference. Good.
Yeah, what is myrrh, though?
I don't know. You tell me, man. You're the one over there thinking about it.
Myrrh supposedly is light. Ka is spirit. Ba is body. So I'm not sure if myrrh is an Egyptian word or what. Let me look that up.
That stands to reason. Light, I mean, Merlin, like that makes perfect sense to me. Myrrh, Ka, and then you said Ba is what?
Body. So light spirit body.
Light spirit.
The Merkaba is the light spirit body.
Myrrh, as in frankincense and myrrh.
No, it's spelled different. It's M-E-R.
I know. I'm just saying that myrrh holds a significant spiritual meaning often associated with purification, healing, and connection to the divine.
When Jesus was killed, he was given frankincense and myrrh.
And when he was born.
Yeah, and he was born, yep.
Yeah.
Full circle.
And you know what? Maybe there is something special to the actual sound of the word itself. I wonder about that sometimes. Like, even, yeah.
Just wanted to give a little audible representation.
Your nitric oxide is just like freaking, it's going off the charts right now.
Thanks.
Man. Like if I had a graph on your brain, it'd be like.
If we had a CymaScope, we'd be able to find out.
Yeah. And it would be a little picture of a cow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm dairy free.
Oh.
So
you could look at it.
Yeah, that's true. I think, but the information will go through my eyes.
I think we should just put sensors on his brain, though.
Who? Me? My brain? You going silent on me?
Damn this is not the episode to go silent, bro. It's like the sound.
Yes, his brain. Yes.
Yeah. Mine.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I wish we could all do it. I mean, I've done it, but I wish we could kind of all do it as I don't know. It'd be fun. I just don't have the technology like the Egyptians did. They'd be cutting brains open and looking at the little. So we got obviously Gregorian chants, right? There are studies that show that when Gregorian chants are done in the proper way, it causes brain wave entrainment.
Oh, wow.
Like synchronizing the hemispheres of the brain. Again, how do they know this stuff? Even when you go to Gateway, I mean, you could tell them, and well, you guys will learn about this pretty soon when you go through my program, but they know that for many hundreds, if not thousands of years, that there would be things like drum circles. And they found that, what was it, like 6 hertz, right? Like somewhere around like 6 hertz, they would, play drums in a certain pattern. Bobby talks about this on an episode. Remember, he heard a drum circle and he went into a trance.
Him.
Yeah. Colonel John Alexander showed me a video one time where he was I think it was in Ethiopia or somewhere in like a small village in Africa. And they were doing this drum circle fire ceremony. I told y'all this a long time ago, but he was like putting fire in his mouth and on his eyes and he wasn't being burned. And they were playing drums, and it was this very hypnotic sound. And John said even he went into a trance just being there witnessing the thing. So it's been known for probably forever that certain rhythmic patterns bring you into a trance-like state, that it entrains the hemispheres of the brain.
I don't think they would have known about the entrainment of brainwaves, but they wouldn't have to.
Right, but they know about the effect.
Yeah.
Something is happening, right?
Yeah.
They probably don't know that it's the right and the left synchronizing. Maybe the Egyptians did. I wonder.
Well, they were obviously cutting them open.
They were cutting them open, man.
So they knew there was a right and a left.
Yeah, that's true. Back then, people probably didn't even know they had brains. They probably thought, what's in there?
People have been training dogs for however many thousands of years, but we don't know how a dog's brain even works.
Still to this day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still to this day.
That is crazy when you think about it. So just a few more traditions to wrap it up. We obviously have mantras, the seed words. We have things like Om Mani Padme Hum, Soham. There are these, if you know about mantras, it's basically like ancient Sanskrit words, like Om is Sanskrit, I believe. The idea is that kind of like Latin, Sanskrit is one of those, so to speak, dead languages that there's believed to be like a vibrational power behind each word. So they have seed mantras. So they give you the seed, which the idea is you chant something like Om or Vam or Ram or Hum or whatever, and it's a seed. And the more that you plant the seed by chanting the sound, that the seed grows in your mind. It grows in your spiritual body. So
wow, that's profound.
You're planting this seed, and over time it grows. But
like a rebel.
Yeah, like a rebel. Then you have zikr or dhikr, which is Islamic Sufism. The repetition of certain names of God, like Allahu or Hu or Al-Haq, to alter your consciousness, to bring you closer to God, purifying your soul. It can bring you into trance-like states, unity, love, divine intoxication, which I think that's just a silly word to say, like higher states. Like you reach those states at Monroe, or if you were at like an ashram for, weeks or years or whatever. Hebrew Kabbalah, they obviously have words of power like Yahweh, or a very popular one. You've probably heard this before, but it's Eye, Asher, Eye. I think it's in a rap song. Otherwise, it's like a biblical thing.
I never heard it.
And it's like a name of God. I think it means like the host of hosts, the heavenly host of hosts. And the idea in Kabbalism is that saying Eye, Asher, Eye over and over again is like summoning angels to protect you. But the difference with Hebrew, as we know with the gematria, that there's precise mathematics behind every letter. So a lot of these words are very mathematically ordered. You have Ifa and Yoruba, Oriki, which are like Western African incantations. So it's like, I guess it's like spoken praise poetry, which is what Oriki is. Prayers, divinatory chants to invoke deities, protect, heal, alter your fate. Shamanic invocations of Siberia, the Amazon, and Mongolia. Chants, whistles, songs to summon spirits, or travel across realms.
I love the idea of summoning a spirit with a whistle.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, boy. Come here, boy.
Man, my whistles suck.
Can't you do that in Zelda, the new one?
Summon a spirit.
You can do that in Elden Ring.
Oh.
You call a freaking spirit horse with a whistle.
Yeah, true.
It's freaking epic.
True.
Freaking sick.
Just once
freaking Gandalf summons the Lord of all horses with a whistle.
Does he?
Shadowfax.
I don't remember that part.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Dude.
We cast spells.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Shut up, Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
We're shouting them out. That's dangerous.
That is kind of dangerous.
They can come after us.
They're going to zoom in on us with their magical eye.
They're Palantir.
Yeah. They know about us now. We're going to...
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna have to give them offerings to like keep them off our backs.
Dude, an avalanche is gonna fall on your house now, dude. Saruman's gonna get you
at the beach in North Carolina.
Yes,
I'll
he's
take my
powerful.
chances.
Yeah. I mean, he was the White Wizard, bro.
He was until the new dude rolled up and said, "Hey,
that's right.
This is my turf now."
Yeah.
And
thanks.
That's all I got, man. I think this has been fun.
Yeah, it has. It's been fascinating too. I learned stuff I never knew about sound. That whole like the what'd you call it? Holographic
Principle.
Holographic
principle.
That like shook me for a minute.
Yeah, me too.
Whoa.
Only a minute, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's probably been a couple of minutes at least.
It's been about 30.
What? Okay,
or 40 even. Yeah, it's been about 40 minutes.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
It shook me to my core. That's all that matters, man. I'm shaking up. Okay.
Yeah. It's freaking deep, dude. Seriously, I think cymatics is a very deep conversation. I think more people should be diving into it, like just kind of being exposed to it. I personally think the first time you ever show somebody cymatics, I've shown many people throughout the years. The first time someone sees it, they're like, "Whoa!" Right? They're they're mind blown. It's like, "Oh my god! Like, how is that? Why is that? What is that?" It's mind blowing. I think it's like kind of like this secret thing that's not very popular. And my hunch is that in time it'll be a very important part of like our science, maybe our medicine,
non-invasive procedures and stuff that just like resonate with your cells to heal them and stuff.
Yeah.
A very good point. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll still take chemicals and stuff.
Sure. But
they have their place. But herbs and various things that we have to ingest, but we've always done that too. But
then when you ingest stuff, all you're doing is ingesting a molecule, and what's actually happening is a molecule's vibrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a tiny, tiny, tiny scale, it's just the same thing.
could get there without having to ingest something potentially. Yeah.
Maybe if you have the right frequency.
Exactly.
We need to be mapping these frequencies.
I know.
It's like mapping a dimension, dude. Think about it.
It really is.
It's deep.
Gosh, like someday that frontier is going to be like just chock full of discoveries, and what a day that'll be. Like that's going to feel like a magical age.
Yeah, I just get the weird feeling that, what Atlantis was, we're on the way to being that again. Like, I think it's a cycle that repeats. Finding our way back. And maybe it'll be years and years. I mean, who could ever say, oh, we're Atlantis now? But, like, I think that's kind of the point of, like, the Age of Aquarius, like, returning to that state to where knowledge is free and we can, like, relearn all these things, use these technologies again. But, I think that it's very important for the future of our understanding of metaphysics, other dimensions. Dude, you're literally looking at, you could say that, like, in some strange way, a shape is an entity. Like, you look at a square, like, bro, that has a specific frequency in another dimension that's, like, emitting some forceful action on our world.
Yeah.
We can't really see. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Then you play a certain little sound and you can see it. Whoa. And then the question is about light. I'm out. This is getting deep. What's the deal with light, man?
What's up with that?
It's like airplane food.
Okay, man. All right, Jerry Seinfeld. He's back on it, man. We're going to have to do a whole nother episode about that.
Yeah.
Jeez, what the heck?
We might just have to.
Okay, let's do it.
Have you ever looked into what the universe would look like from the perspective of a photon of light?
No.
Trippy stuff.
Have you seen, like, I think it was, no, I'm not going to pull up the picture and make you drop it in. You've been working really hard, and we've already put it in before in a previous episode. But I think it was, like, one of the first times, or you know what? I'm just going to say it, and I'm not going to try to be specific, and people can go look it up for themselves. You look at a photon of light, like an actual image of a photon of light, and it looks like a Templar cross. Mm-hmm. Have you seen this?
I have not.
It's pretty deep. I'm going to show you.
Well, I'll do it.
Okay, cool.
How about that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Another thing is, like, you look at, what was it? They finally measured quantum entanglement. They were able to, like, take some sort of image of it. Yeah, that's a photon of light. It's a literal Templar cross.
We're going to shift into light and do a little two-parter back-to-back.
There you go.
I mean, hey. And then also, when you see quantum entanglement, I don't know how they measured that. It looks like a yin-yang.
Oh, right. They did get the first. Here, let me find that as well. They got, like, the first.
I remember putting these in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We definitely did. I think it was a spirit science.
Familiar at all with quantum entanglement? You know what?
I've dabbled.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, you've done it? Whoa, that's awesome. This is so obviously on this side is a yin yang. Mm-hmm. This is an actual, like, measured capture of what a quantum entanglement looks like.
That is
two quantumly entangled particles. It literally just is exactly the yin yang.
So my whole thing is, like, obviously these ancient symbols that we've had for God knows how long, like since before society was even recorded, these symbols have been around.
That's a 10,000-year-old symbol.
Probably
maybe older. Maybe older.
Yeah. I think it's like forever. And people have always had it, and maybe 10,000 years ago people started being like, writing down. But crosses way predate Christianity. Like, crosses are actually in cultures around the world. There's even evidence of crosses in Mexico. Oh, yeah. And like Aztec stuff. Crosses in India. They look a little different. Crosses in Egypt. This is like a very ancient symbol. I think it stands to reason, and we talked about this on a wisdom tradition episode. I can't remember where, but it's a brilliant quote by Manly P. Hall out of the book you're reading, The Secret Teaching of All Ages. And I can't quote it verbatim, but the principle of the quote is, like, symbols are the language of the mysteries, right? That they are basically little archetypal expressions. So whenever you see a symbol, what constitutes a symbol? Some sort of perfect mathematical ratio or, geometry, whatever. Every time you see this symbol, It's representing some higher force, some higher knowledge. I mean, look, every time you look at yin yang, now you know that that's quantum entanglement in action. Every time you look at a Templar cross, well, you know that's what every little photon of light looks like. You know what I mean? These symbols mean something beyond our comprehension. I think they're doorways into another world. What's up?
Do you want the quote?
Sure.
Symbolism is the language of the mysteries. By symbols, men have ever sought to communicate to each other those thoughts which transcend the limitations of language. Kind of on the nose of what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Because a holographic dolphin symbol of a pot speaks way louder than me trying to explain that there was a dude in the pool with a pot in his hand.
Yeah. Pretty deep, man.
Yeah, very deep.
Very amazing
deep stuff.
Well, you know how we end the show, right? We just say bye, guys.
Cool.
Ready? Mm-hmm. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. What up, homies?
If you like the show and want more, check out patreon.com/Bledsoe said so.
This will get you exclusive weekly bonus shows and access to our Discord community with hundreds of open-minded people just like you.
If you want to represent the show, go to bledsoesaidso.com for merch. We have t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and more.
For all future updates, follow us on Instagram at Bledsoe Said So.
Same time next week.